What's up, people? Today we are going to talk about the anime movie called King of Thorn. I found it quite surprising, but run the intro.
Brothers, lend me your ears.
Traveling, so um, I got a chance to do some solo movie today, so that should be pretty cool. Today we're gonna talk about an anime called King of Thorn. So the story revolves around this girl called Kasumi, and on Earth in this year, I think it was like 2045, I'm not sure. There is this virus called the Medusa virus. And basically, what happens is that when you contaminate this virus, you turn to stone. So, what these Russian scientists had proposed is that we cryogenerate or cryogenic. Yeah, we put some people into cryogenic sleep. And within 100 years, when things have calmed down and we have discovered the cure for the virus, we would release these people, and they would, you know, kind of repopulate the earth and keep history going and stuff like that. So I think they have like 100 people, 100 people for 100 years, right? So, um, So they go ahead, and the attention then turns to these two little girls who are twins, and one is selected and one isn't, and it's really sad. But either way, so the selected twin is then put into cryogenic sleep, and that's it. Like, the scene ends there. 2 minutes later, she wakes up, and the entire place is covered in these long, viney thorns that they don't know where they come from, and people are randomly waking up. So they're like, "Oh, okay, some shiz really must have gone down." And they get out, they're walking around, they're like, "Hey, what year is it? Where are the scientists? Who are we helping? Like, what's going on?" And then all of a sudden, this bat comes out of nowhere and lands on her pod. So she's like, "Oh, okay, how cute." And the bat opens its mouth, and then another mouth pops out. You're like, "What?" It's so crazy. Um, so then they realize they're in like this nest of bats with these weird, freaky mouths and stuff like that. And they start attacking people and eating them and all sorts of junk. And you're like, "Whoa, this took a big turn. You were talking about a virus. Now we're fighting all these things, these plant-like creature things." And it was cool. And then there was this one guy who was like, get to the elevator," because he was saying that you know bats can't really ascend. They could glide and stuff like that, and they could go up, but they can't ascend in a straight line. Which was pretty smart, I thought. So he was saying, get to the elevator, because even if they go in the elevator and start to climb, um, it would be hard for them to come in and kind of go up, so to speak. So they get the elevator open, and they, like, some people fall because the cable was missing. The cable was missing, and all these people was falling just to this. It literally, they were falling to this black, to their death. Right? It was just a black screen. Oh, you see a mouth closed. Wow, like what? And these vines shoot out and start picking out these people one by one. Either way, we go from 100 people to like Owen, Chief, Kasumi, Kid, Catherine, six people. 100 people to seven. Forgot the scientists. 7 people. You know how many people get murked in the space of 2 minutes? Out of 100 people, like yo, it was so crazy. Um, but anyway, so they decide, the best chance of survival is for them to go up to the top floor. So they keep going up and keep going up. When they get to like they're in the basement. So when they get to like the fourth floor, they're encounter these beasts. And the little boy was saying, like, oh, they're like the same kind of beasts from my game. So then you kind of get a sense like, yo, what going on here? Like this kid realized all these things and stuff. And then he was like, oh, they're only attracted to sound, just be quiet. But because they didn't believe him, they ran. So then the thing followed them and stuff like that. And I think the old man got eaten, which was good because he was annoying, and so on and so forth. I won't really tell like all the story. I think it's actually a really good movie to watch. But the cons of it is that it's a 2 hour movie that's extremely rare for an old school kind of animated movie. So I found that extremely rare. Also, please be aware if you are watching this and you're a black person, there is blackface. Just what it is with them claims. Just look past it. Right. So going on. The scientist then turns out. I mean, the scientist then turns out to be a security guard who actually started the whole thing, and he is trying to work with the Secret Service guy who is trying to destroy the castle because apparently what's been happening is that rather than the main head scientist, who is the Russian guy, trying to save people, he's been trying to manipulate them into human weapons and stuff like that. So the Medusa virus is actually a virus, a biological weapon that they created, but for some reason he wasn't affected. So they were trying to figure out why. The government was trying to figure out why and how they can manipulate it and use it for themselves. Which was okay. Hey, I got a little red money background. That's cool. Um, yeah. So and then it so that's the second half of the story. And then you continue on, and you learn more about what the Medusa virus is, how it started, and how it came about. I'm not going to go into it. I actually want you guys to watch this one. It's actually really good. And Kasumi, who is the little girl with glasses, who was the twin, realizes that her twin sister is the one who is being manipulated by the Russian doctor in order to create this world, which is why she recognizes a lot of the thorns and a lot of the creatures and stuff like that. So it then becomes an issue where you it then becomes an issue where Kasumi now is trying to convince the group to help her to find her sister. At the end, she gets separated from the pack because she runs in a different direction, whereas they try to escape. And then you have the whole conclusion, which is about 20-25 minutes. It's a really good conclusion. It's a really good, it was really well thought out, and the way that things progress, the story was really well done. So Overall story, I give you story a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It, like I said, it was long-winded. It was very slow. It's a very, very slow burn. Like the first hour and 15 minutes is so it's just them climbing the tower and picking up pieces of the story here and there to try to figure out what is going on. So it's a very, very slow burn. Like it took me 2 attempts to watch it. Three. First 2 times, tried to watch it with my wife. I fell asleep. Third time I was watching it, she left. And then, it was crazy. But it's a very, very good movie. And the reason why I'm not going into a lot of details because I don't think I could do it justice. It has really bad ratings, but I try not to listen to everybody's ratings. If the plot catches me, I'll watch it, regardless of how bad the ratings are. So like another example of that would be Bug Island, which had a terrible, terrible advertisement, like terrible rating, terrible advertisement, terrible plot summary. Yeah, it was terrible, but it was a great movie. Anyhow, so overall for the story, I give it a 5 out of 5. Okay, now that that's done, let's move into characters. Okay, for characters, we got the main character, Kasumi is Shiki. She was cool. I mean, there wasn't anything like really major about her. She was, yeah, she was the main character. She didn't have like any. Usually, you see in a lot of anime recently, you see a lot of main characters with interesting traits and stuff like that that can tell like, oh, they'll be the savior of this anime and stuff like that. There was nothing like that. She was one of the weakest of the group, and I think she was the second of 2 women. Yeah, she was the second of 2 women, and that was it. She was just looking for her sister. That was it. Next up, we got Marco Owen, who is the Secret Service agent. He was really dope. He was thought of these characters as very normal, very humanistic, and yeah, they didn't have like any, like overpowering traits. Like they were especially skilled in combat and stuff like that. He was a normal Secret Service agent, so he could defend himself, but he wasn't like all of that. Like he needed help more than twice. He got in a position where he almost died, and he had to get help from the group. So it was. I think the really really good thing about the story that I didn't mention was they literally achieved what they achieved by working together. They all worked together in order to get how far they got. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, Alessandro Pacino, he is the old man. He was a bastard. He was a real bastard. He was really mean. He bought his way into the cryogenic sleep. When he came out, he was trying to pay people to save him. He was one of the guys who got caught by the vines of the plant light thing, and a young guy, cut the vine cut the vine to save him and was picking him up. And whilst he was picking him up, another vine came out and grabbed the guy, and he kicked the guy. He kicked the guy into the elevator. I was like, "Yo, this old man! Like, I wouldn't want him around me." But because of Kasumi, they ended up taking him with them as well and stuff like that because she didn't want to leave anybody else behind. So yeah, he was cool. You got the main Russian guy, Vega. I thought that was a cool name, reminded me of Street Fighter. Vega was pretty cool. He was in the movie for all of 20 minutes. He did the intro and he explained the story of how the Medusa became a biological weapon and stuff like that and what happened and things like that, which kind of transition from the initial plot to the second transition from the B story to the A story. So yeah, that was pretty cool. That's and you got Timothy, who's a little boy who was explaining like all the monsters and stuff from his game and when he saw them and what they did and their strengths and weaknesses and things like that. And he also played a very sly part in it that you never really realize. You think it's because of his knowledge of the game. I thought that was really good storytelling. And then you have Catherine, who was very protective of the little boy. And the reason for that is because everybody who was put into cryogenic sleep had like really traumatic backgrounds. So yeah, that was cool. And then you got the policeman, Mr. Portman, Ron Portman. Like I said, if you got a problem with blackface, don't watch it. For me, I do have a problem with it, but I was still able to get past it. And like I said, old school Japanese drawings. That's how they portray a lot of people. So a lot of black people. Yeah, he was dope. He was him and the secret agent guy would always clash, but they had this unspoken brotherhood kind of thing going on. So and it was in line with because of they were both part of the service to the country. So that was cool to see, and there were some badasses, man. He fought so bravely, but he was a coward in some ways. Um, so yeah, and he couldn't help balance out the secret agent guy because the secret agent guy was like brutal, so he kind of was like, yo, you can't do that, this sort of thing, like that. So that was cool. I really enjoyed them. So characters, each character played a part, a very important part. And there was some where you were like, I don't understand why you're here. But then at the end, which before I get to this, I'm sorry, Alice, who was the automated intelligence of the castle that they were in, she was very, very important. I don't know why they have her as a minor character here. She was very, very important. And she did so much to move that story along. And at the end of it, they kind of explain why each character was selected and stuff and how they played a part in every role. And then when you hear it and you see it, you're like, oh, okay. So every character really, really played an important part. So for characters, I give them a 5 out of 5. Now that that's done, let's talk about animation. Animation was really, really great. Like I said, it has that old school type of drawing. So the black guy had black face. And but the choreography wasn't like super essential like what you get in Demon Slayer and stuff like that. No, it was kind of like a Demon Lord Dante kind of thing. The oh gosh, what do you call them? The background scenes, the environment scenes were absolutely beautiful, and it was like this big fantasy world. So they were absolutely beautiful. They didn't feel clunky or painted. They felt or it didn't feel like the characters were on top of another painting, like how you feel with some of the backgrounds that you get, with some of the animations that you get. Felt like everything was really interjected into one another. I enjoyed the background scenes. I enjoyed the level of detail that there was to each scene and each monster and each location. It was really really beautiful, man. So, and it was smooth. It was smooth. The dialogue was smooth. After I watched it in dub, I try to watch some of it in subs to see how the voices and voice acting changes. All of that was really good, well timed, really good, nothing lagged. Um, Voice acting was great, and the way the animation flowed was just beautiful. So animation, I give it 5 out of 5. So for overall, for King of Thorn, I really enjoyed it. It was a great. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie, but overall, I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5 out of 5. The ending was beautiful, the story was great and stuff like that. But for me, the first hour, like the first hour of the movie, or the first 45 minutes, was a really, really, really slow burn. And if you take off the first half of that story and just watch from the bit where she was woken up in the pod, you'd still understand the story. So because of that conflict, because of that conflict, I get the 4. I get I took a star away. I get the 4, but again, it was still really good storytelling. I would watch it again. It was like, it wasn't like, oh my god, this was great, but it was a good story that I would enjoy seeing over and over again. So yeah, overall, 4 out of 5. Hey, like I said, guys, solos are really short, so you're not gonna do anything major. Um, we move into shoot the shit. Shoot the shit. I watch the unbearable weight of massive talent. Yes, with Nicolas Cage. It was okay. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is so funny kind of thing. It was okay. It was an okay watch, man. I enjoyed it. I like the guy that he co-stars with. Ooh. Sorry. Oh man, I'm tired today. Yeah, I like the guy that he co-stars with, and they did a really, really good job together. They didn't really have a lot of big name stars, which in the advertisement you kind of got that feeling. But it was funny. There was some funny points. It was, yeah, man. It was a weird ride, but it was an enjoyable ride. So that was cool. Um, Outside of that, still haven't gone to see Top Gun Maverick. Still haven't seen Batman, which I'm hoping to see that this weekend. Still haven't seen Sonic 2. That's on the list. So I'm waiting to get some time to take my kids to go watch it in the cinema. And yeah, that's it. So, guys, really short episode today. You know, when you get a chance, go and watch King of Thorn for yourself. Because on the anime platform that I use, there's a lot of mixed reviews about it. Some people loved it, other people didn't love it. And I think what's been happening is that you're getting the mixed reviews from different areas of the anime genre. So like I find the people who have that old school anime saints who grew up on things like Demon Hunter, Demon City, Demon City and City Hunter and things like that. They're used to long, drawn out stories. So, they can sit through and watch it easily. Whereas a lot of the younger generation who are coming up after Naruto and with Naruto and My Hero Academia, they tend to see it was garbage, it didn't discredit and stuff like that. So there's mixed reviews. Go watch it for yourself. Really enjoy it. And guys, stay safe. Peace. Oh, right. Don't know what we'll watch next, but hey, we'll be here. So see you later.